What's up, Culture Drop? I am Galen. This video is about understanding workplace diversity and building stronger teams by embracing and acknowledging that the things that make us different are one of the most important ingredients to any organization in being successful. I like oranges, they're delicious. Do 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 do. Do you like oranges? Yes, I like oranges. Everybody gets an orange. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody gets an orange. Yeah, everybody gets an orange. You want an orange? Yeah, I want an orange. Here's your orange. Thanks for the orange. All right, I want to start off this topic with a little bit of a thought experiment for you, which is this. You get stranded and stuck on a desert island. Which group would you rather be stuck on a desert island with? A group of people who all know how to forage for food, but nobody knows how to build shelter. Like no one knows how to build a shelter, hut, or like build anything at all. Or a group of people who are doctors and understand medicine, but none of them know anything about surviving in the wild. Or would you rather be stuck on the island with one person that knows how to build things like a shelter, and somebody who knows how to forage for food, somebody who is a doctor that understands medicine, someone that knows how to find fresh drinking water and make water drinkable, someone that understands search and rescue so they know the best way to be found and the best way to be seen, somebody who is a connector and a morale builder and like an encourager to like lift people's spirits? Obviously that one. Obviously a group that is like diverse. Having a doctor is important, but a group of people with only doctor skills, hard pass. You gon' die. Okay, so you get my very obvious point. Diversity makes you stronger as a team and stronger as an organization. So yes, obviously my point is that diversity is valuable, but I'm gonna talk about that in a moment. What I wanna talk about is like understanding diversity on a deeper level inside organizations and inside teams, because teams are incredibly diverse automatically. And generally, when we think of diversity, we think of the most obvious, most visible things. We think of race, we think of gender, we think of age, right? The things that are like very obvious to see about somebody else. And there are a whole heap of things that are less clearly visible to us and apparent that are also really important elements to diversity and the differences of us between human beings. Some of those are personality types, working styles, communication styles, skill sets, personal beliefs, experience level, generational differences, neurodiversity, learning styles, sexual orientation, physical ability, different perspectives, and how different people view the world, operate, and behave. And all of these things are important, the things that we can obviously see and the things that we can't. Like I said, diversity gives teams and organizations their strength, so let's talk about a couple ways how that happens, because one of the most obvious ways is that we need different personalities, skill sets, types, communication styles to fill different roles inside the organization. Generally, different communication styles or personality types are more successful or drawn towards specific roles in an organization, right? So somebody who's an extrovert, sort of like, interacting kind of influencer person makes more sense in a salesperson role, or like as a customer facing, kind of like front facing, interacting with clients role, versus somebody who is more, maybe a little bit more introverted, maybe a little more analytical minded, might be like an engineer or an accountant, right? We need those people to fill those different roles. If all of your salespeople were running your accounting department, it would be chaos, and like you don't send all your engineers on sales calls. Not to disparage either of those groups, but it is okay that we are different, and I think it's so important that that environment is also, as humans, it makes it easy for us to demonize, right? To say that this is different, that one is better or that it's worse. And I think we have to really shut that down and move away from that kind of thinking that like one is not less than or better than, we're just different. And that difference is our power, it's our strength. We have to revere that, we have to seek it out and be intentional and conscious about like embracing that, honoring that, and celebrating those differences. Another element that makes organizations more successful is the more of a cross-section diversity that we have of perspectives and beliefs and understanding allows us to address and solve problems in a more creative, innovative way with like looking at things from different angles, as well as just marketing, right? Do a group of 60-year-old people know how to market to a 20-year-old? Like, maybe, but it sure would help to have some 20-year-olds in that room, right? The more diverse that we are, the stronger that we are, the better that we like move forward, see different perspectives, avoid problems and challenges by having such a diverse group of understanding and perspectives inside teams. Another element of diversity that like real talk matters so much as a coworker and as a colleague of other people is that lived experience is something that we need to be more conscious and aware of, right? And extend more grace about why do people operate the way that they do. So to give you a very like real life example, you might have somebody who avoids conflict at all costs, or they're terrible at conflict. that person maybe grew up in a really toxic or like abusive environment where conflict was totally terrifying because people would yell at them, or like that can be a very scary, unsafe place for people. And they're coming into a job. You don't know that about someone. You just know that they like avoid conflict at all costs, or right? It's like for us to have a deeper understanding and extend a little bit more grace for why people show up and operate the way that they do, because I think diversity can also lead to a lot of unnecessary conflict on teams because we tend to make assumptions about people that are negative if they're different. I think that's just like a default of humans that we have to constantly fight against, to give people, like I said, more grace, more understanding, and being aware of like, this person has a different lived experience and sort of like life experience than I do. They have different skill sets, different talents, different abilities, right? And like just embrace those things. So that is like hopefully understanding diversity a little bit more, why it makes us stronger as an organization. And the truth is that we have to seek it out. We have to try to increase diversity on our teams and organizations so that we are stronger. There's so much research and proof that like more diverse organizations like outperform organizations that are less diverse. It's just like, it is a reality of life. Embrace diversity, seek it out, honor it, celebrate it, revere it. It is so important. Think about the desert island thing. You need diversity to survive and thrive. Thanks for watching and tuning in. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have our weekly email list, the Culture Drop. You can subscribe to that and get these emails right in your inbox. Follow our social media channels. Put out a lot of free content around being more awesome and building great teams.